Good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another weird, wild, wacky scene in Darkness in Dublin. This evening's scene is going to be set in Agrabah Nights, that eatery at the edge of the universe, that place to dine amongst the luminaries and, well, the forgotten spirits of the Far East. We will join our scene as certain individuals enter. So I believe you all to introduce yourselves, and I will join in a few moments.
Well, Daniela is probably already there, just by happenstance. She's chilling out probably one of the more lonelier, cooler corners of the room. She's probably having some food, some comfort food, just hanging out in the back, eating it calmly as she's processing the strange feelings that she's currently trying to process. Looking around the room, trying to, you know, check out, seeing what the other patrons may be up to. Always space around her hookah.
For what it's worth, there's another woman uh, with red hair camped out at a table with a series of notebooks. She looks to be on her fifth or sixth cup of coffee. There's papers scattered over the table. There's a little bowl that looks like it may have once held soup in it. And currently she appears to be eating a sundae cone.
You know what? Danielle kind of takes a look at that. Oh, go ahead, Kim.
Sorry. Eating walks in. It's just like, hi guys. In her lovely, exuberant way.
Has Danielle and Minnie ever met before? I'm just wondering.
I don't know.
We'll make that a no then. So Danielle will kind of look over to this person she's never met before and just kind of say, hello. Kind of walk up and say, got a hookah here is always free.
Hookah?
Yeah, you never tried a hookah before?
Oh, okay. I just couldn't understand you out of characters.
Oh, okay.
Tried a hookah before.
Well, I'll show you how to use one. It's already primed. Just take one of the here, you just take one of the pipes here. Put on one of these to protect you from germs. And you're good to go. Start puffing away. Right now it's vanilla flavor.
Vanilla?
Vanilla. Mm-hmm. I
That's
can
weird.
always ask them to swap it out
I was
later.
almost
What was that, Kim?
She said she was almost expecting tobacco.
She says, well, it technically is still tobacco. It's still technically smoke. It's just filtered through water. But it's just flavored differently.
Also, for the strange sense of home through smell around Minnie.
Never seen you around here before. What's your name?
I'm absolutely.
Sorry, Kim, you cut it in and out there. What was that?
She says, I'm Minnie, and I'm absolutely fabulous.
I'm Danielle, and I guess I'm here. Maybe in different places at once.
Honestly, all of these kids thinking they're fabulous nowadays. Oy.
She just shrugs and says, I mean, under certain lenses, aren't we? She just kind of smirks
You
at
guys,
Rabbi Shmuel.
you guys will see this gentleman into the establishment. He is, as he appears to be, very, very. He is not a tall gentleman by any means. He's only about 5'6", 5'7". The beard is real. It is a good beard. He will have his yarmulke on, and he will extend his hand, and he'll say, Miss Griffith, always good to see you. Good to see you indeed.
Always good to see you, Rabbi.
Yes,
She definitely seems like in a better mood right when he comes in. And
Oy. My apologies, young ladies. I haven't had the pleasure of making your acquaintances. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rabbi Herman Shmuel. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Anna.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Kim.
I was asking which picture is the Discord for Dublin.
It's the little penguin holding a gun.
Anna.
Robes. He's in Thalmar robes from Skyrim.
Okay.
But sorry. Continue, Heather.
Anna will nod from her paper and coffee mug strewn table. It's a pleasure to meet you, Rabbi.
Well, it's a pleasure to be met. What is your name, young lady?
I am Anna.
Very good. Pleasure to meet you, Anna.
good to meet you too, Anna. And Danielle.
Nice to meet you.
Seems like you're a no-keeper like me.
I
Maybe
guess.
I'm like you.
I guess you could say that, yeah.
I was actually coming to see if any of you big important people would be interested in helping an old man with a minor concern.
Sure.
Hey, good question.
Yeah.
It's difficulty 5 for Prime Site, right?
It's difficulty 4 for Prime Site.
Difficulty 4. She's got like all these pretty necklaces, and she takes 2 big like crystal necklaces. They're kind of like lenses, and is looking through them.
Okay, that brings it down to difficulty 3.
Okay, now the fun part: remembering how to roll on Discord.
You can just copy and paste the roll above you and substitute the number with the amount of dice you want to roll.
And the diff, yeah.
You don't even really need to roll the diff if you don't.
Yeah, you don't. It usually just makes things more complicated.
Okay. That is 2 successes. So your Prime Site, it turns on. What are you looking for in particular? Oy.
Quintessence.
Everyone here is most assuredly a mage. They all have a quintessence flow.
Okay.
More so than most humans. So.
Well, mages tend to glow brighter.
Yeah, exactly.
But the rabbi has quite a strong quintessence flow. Actually, you'll also notice that 1 or 2 items on his person have quintessence in them. I think Anna also has an item that has quintessence in it.
Oh yes. There's a something in her bag that has a fair amount of quintessence in it.
And
You see-
Daniela has a necklace that seems to be glowing with quintessence. It's a cross. It's in her clothing.
You see, I was looking for a number of enterprising individuals. Well, enterprising is perhaps the wrong word, but a number of individuals who could help me with a youth program that I've been working on for the more unfortunate kids in the inner city here. I said that I'd come and look here as there are many, shall we say, open-minded individuals who don't mind giving a helping hand for an old man.
Yeah, I'd absolutely love to help. I've been trying to do more community service lately.
Sure. I don't like kids that much, but I'll help. I'm not good with kids.
The good book says that when an individual puts down their own distaste and takes up the work of the Lord, then that is doubly just and that is doubly virtuous.
What kind of youth program would this be?
Well, to be honest with you, I haven't really been able to even contemplate that far ahead. Mostly, we've been seeing a lot of homeless kids, a lot of kids who have been kicked out via drug abusing parents, via downturns in the local economy, etc. So we're trying to get them, rehomed, rehoused, seeing if we can get them some semblance of education and go from there.
Could find maybe schools that are having some trouble, and if there's any property nearby, we could have a place that either they can rent out parts of their gym or find some
Minnie's gonna
cheap.
start playing on her phone. I can rent out this hotel. How many kids?
You can do what? Sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
She said she can rent out this hotel. How many kids?
I mean, that would be exceedingly generous, young lady. I don't know how I'd repay you for such an action of kindness.
She's gonna wave it off.
How much resources does Minnie have?
4.
Yeah, that'd do it. Well, at the moment, the youth group that I'm working with has 17 children, so that would be the number.
Okay. 17 rooms, and we'll, go shopping, get them some backpacks and some shoes, and maybe like a winter jacket or something.
That is excessively generous, young lady. I'm honestly speechless.
I mean, what's the point of having money if you're not going to use it to do good things for other people?
Amen to that. If only everyone thought like you.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, seriously. He takes Minnie's hand. He takes her hand and presses both of his hands on top of it. And he says, "This will make an immense amount of difference. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, young lady."
If you want, I can get started designing a website, donation page and stuff like that. If you ever want to expand this operation.
I would be delighted. I tell you what. Why don't you come to my house? It's just beside the temple. It's located in Malahide. You'd be more than welcome. We can fix you up with a good nosh. We can sit down and we can see what we can do.
Sounds like a wonderful idea.
You'll need a name. And you should probably have a list of benefactors.
I can keep track of that.
That would draw other people to make donations.
Well, as I said, we'll all sit down. We'll have a good talk, and we'll see what we can sort out. But genuinely, as I said, this is the reason why I came here. Such bright young people. If you'll excuse me, I need to go and I need to go and see to some personal matters. But come by, as I said, come by in a day or two's time, and we'll have lunch and we'll see what we can do. Seemed like a plan.
You want me to give these
as well?
Sorry, what was that, Kim?
She said, "I find you quite glowy as well."
Thank you. I do my best.
Danielle chuckles. She says, "Do you want me to give these guys your contact information, Rabbi?"
Oh, please, by all means. He'll write down his address on a piece of paper and he'll hand it to you guys. So, like, you can copy it or whatever else. And he'll say, in 2 days' time, we'll have lunch. Come by at about half 1, 2 o'clock.
Alrighty, sounds like a plan.
He will politely nod and make his way out. Continue.
She'll help trade, the numbers and the contact information. She'll share the rabbi's number and whatever contact details she's shared with Danielle.
I brought in Adam's favorite NPC just because he doesn't get to see him often. There you go.
I love Rabbi Shmuel. And I get to help homeless kids. Yay.
I I forgot to do a thing with my XP.
It's fine. You can just do it. I don't mind.
So
Oh,
she
yeah.
she kind of looks and says, "Well, I guess we should be getting better acquainted since seems like something cool we're working on."
We're doing a thing. Yay.
Yeah. I've been working on some camera designs that could also set up some stations for education shops.
I'm gonna make a Star of David out of sapphires.
What for?
For the rabbi, just to be nice. I mean, he's putting together this entire effort.
That's true. Wonder who else he might. Probably next time we go to him, we should ask what he may be up. What other people may be a part of this project. What hotel were you thinking, Minnie, to rent out?
I don't know.
We're going to probably just assume that because, I mean, even if two kids share a room, which would be realistic, it's probably going to be like one of the, like a travel lodge or one that's not like ridiculously expensive because like putting up 7 or 8 kids in a room per night would start to drain resources for if it was a high class hotel very quickly. But if it's just your average kind of, we just sleep here kind of hotel, yeah, you're fine to do that.
Yeah.
I could talk to my cabal, and they might be able to pull some strings with a hotel and give you a better price, especially if it's for a group of kids like that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Well, I'll talk to him, see what we can arrange.
Awesome. How do you approach kids in a creepy way? To ask them their like clothes sizes so I could buy them new clothes.
Probably once they're working with the rabbi, we could just give them a form asking for clothes size, shoe size, coat size, hat size, glove size.
That
And
yeah, that works.
and might not be too bad of an idea to buy a size larger, so if some of them are still growing, they can grow into it.
Also, things shrink sometimes when you wash them.
That too. Lately, I've been thinking of trying to design. I'm no one-man encyclopedia, so I've been trying to find a way to design. There's an X Prize for some, education tools for language and writing, so people can learn that stuff right from their phones. But I'm still having a hard time trying to get the design down. You guys good with programming?
Let me check my sheet actually. I don't know what Minnie's good at. It's been so long I played.
Computer programming? No.
Did someone
Programming.
say?
I mean, I got 2 dots in computer.
It's well, whatever. He'll kind of look to us. She'll kind of look. Oh, your name starts with an I. She says. It's been a while.
You guys will see this individual come into Agrabah Nights. He's wearing a long black trench coat that's kind of covered in chains. His hair is pictured; it's this kind of deep blue, and he has the facial piercings as shown. Obviously, you can't really see the cybernetic elements to him because they're covered by his hair. But he'll say, "Right, okay, couple of points. One, yeah, programming." Aces. 2, what the fuck is it I'm hearing about the fact that you brought a program from the future that's eating the library?
Whoa, wait.
What?
Eating Master Siren's library, sucking it dry from the inside out.
I love
Frig.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've been drafted to try and deal with this, shall we say, program to program. So my response to this is the fuck.
Well, you want me to? I mean, I explained this. I thought me and Hyun already talked to Siren about it. I mean, if he wants to talk about it more, that's fair enough.
Well, no. Siren, in his infinite glowy "I'm holier than thou" wisdom, has subcontracted because I'm the guy who deals with, shall we say, I've got the most experience dealing with rampant AIs, particularly when they're trying to murder fuck us to death. So here I am.
Well, want the whole story, huh?
From beginning to end. My.
Well,
He throws himself down on one of the kind of, it's almost like a beanbag chair. It's a little really comfy pillow futon, and he throws his backpack up on the desk, and he'll say, "I am all ears." By the way, for those of you who don't know me, pleasure. He extends his hand to Anna. My name is Iscariot.
I remember you. You're a help.
I was helpful. What?
You was helping him.
Oh yeah, I've been inside that boy's head probably more often than he has. Fun. But it's nice to meet you. For the record, for Heather, obviously, Iscariot is also a very, very infamous cyber terrorist.
Ah! Did not know that.
Hmm.
Anna will smile, shake his hand. Pleasure. I imagine this is going to be a great story. And I would love to hear some of the stories you could tell sometime.
Needless to say, when this is all said and done, I'd be more than happy to give you a full tour. But as we currently are somewhat on the meter, Miss Daniela, go from the top.
Anna will pull out one of her notebooks and start taking notes.
before I tell the story, I gotta ask. My memory's kind of popping up, an old one. What was up with that USB stick you gave me that had the demon in it?
Technically, it didn't have a demon in it. It had something in it. Hmm?
Some kind of eldritch entity of some kind.
In all honesty, I wasn't 100% sure what was in it. And you seemed to want it at the time. He shrugged.
She just kind of shakes her head. Fair enough. Well, now for the story. 2 years ago, I'm just looking up his name here real quick. A hollow one, a gentleman.
Also, sorry, just to point out, that wasn't 2 years ago. That was more modern because I think I ran that before the time skip.
You did run it before the time skip.
Oh, I thought I ran it after the time skip.
Nope.
Okay, in that case, it's still going to be more modern because if you're walking around with that thing on your neck for 2 years, that's sad panda times.
Okay. So how long do you want to say? Like a few weeks?
Yeah, that's fine. A couple of weeks.
Okay. A couple weeks ago, was contacted by a hollow one named Alexander Hawthorne. He's a person that collects objects, old historical artifacts, stuff like that.
Oh, I know him. He's the one who collects doomsday devices and knickknacks that can end the world.
Yeah, well, funny enough, he seemed to have found something and, well, gotten it off my hand, or managed to help me retrieve one. Well, we didn't really know what it was. Anyway, I was invited to his place because, well, he found my body that came from the future.
Fuck me.
That was a weird. It was very odd. I was much more cybernetically enhanced. Well, I period had cybernetic enhancements that I don't have today. When we were investigating the body, there was some kind of pocket dimension within her stomach, or my stomach. I don't really know what term to use there, but we found inside of it a necklace. You know, the necklace seemed to be something important. It was kind of strange that, you know, and this is where Daniela Stupid comes in. So I tried to check the necklace for any primal signatures, any effects. And, well, when I tried to do that with my cell phone, it cracked and broke, and I had to repair it. we didn't really know what to do with the circumstances. Later on, he invited me to bury my own body. And,
That's
well,
fucking morbid.
yeah. Well, instead of, probably smarter was to stash it away and find a technomancer who could probably examine it further. I decided to put it on.
I'm just gonna say this. I have got some shovels. Or
What do you
rather,
mean?
we can steal some shovels.
Why?
But you said you want a technomancer to go poke at your remains. Hi.
Well, I was more talking about the necklace. To
Oh,
analyze the
right.
necklace itself.
Oh,
But instead of
okay.
doing that, I rather impulsively decided to put it on. The necklace
Right,
was
so
kind of a
This is what.
clockwork.
Hang on. Let me get this straight. You found in your corpse from the future a pocket dimension in which there was secured a piece of jewelry. Your reaction, having found this piece of very secure, secreted away malarkey, was to put it on.
From that point on, I didn't even remember. It seems like there was some later on. I wouldn't even notice that there was any kind of strong mind effect because while I was in Siren's library just reading, I noticed that there was something giving me the impulse to not want to take it off. So then and there, I decided to try and take it off. Immediately, without really realizing it, because it seemed to be pumping me with some kind of painkillers and all sorts of other strange, and injecting me with all sorts of strange blades, it began trying to cut my heart out. And it was rebuilding itself as Unity. My AI, my spiritual child that I designed in the future, that was meant to unite the world.
That's fucking morbid.
Haven't you watched?
Huh?
Haven't you watched that freaking Avengers movie with the freaking AI? Like, seriously.
Oh
Ultron?
shit. I was going to say, does that mean we're now officially in the age of Unity? Because I really don't want to be in a fucking shitty sequel that was just tender baiting for the fucking Infinity Wars.
Okay. Let me. It started trying to rebuild itself from your body.
Yes. From the necklace. Hyun tried to stop it, but it was already embedded in my heart. I tried to talk to it to tell it to understand what I was trying to do. And, well, I wanted it to stop. And in doing so, it healed me, but it cut out my own heart. I still feel it right now.
Inside you?
No, it's my spiritual child.
Wait. Does this mean you don't have a heart?
See for yourself if you can.
Oh, this is too fucking good. Right. Okay, hang on. Give me a sec. He basically he takes open his backpack and you see him take out a tablet and he just kind of he presses buttons and he says, "Right, hang on just a sec. Here, hold this over your chest. Thank you." Basically, you guys get a perfect. It's in green and it's in green and black, but you guys get a perfect kind of image of the inside of Daniela's chest, and you see the freakiest thing. You see her blood pumping as if a heart existed, but there's not a thing there. So it's just moving around as if the heart was there.
That is fascinating.
Fuck.
I don't know much about medicine, but that's some freaky shit.
Is
Yeah.
is that a transparent artificial heart or is that a magical effect?
More than likely a combination, maybe. I guess you could say it seems to be a phantom heart.
hang on, no. Hang on. Give me just a second. He taps on his thing again. He holds it up and he presses it to your chest. And you guys see a whole bunch of tiny green specks in the blood.
It's infected you, she says jokingly.
It probably has.
Those are tiny machines. Huh. I'm sorry. I know this might sound incredibly unprofessional. I do hope you can forgive me, but that's fucking cool.
It is pretty cool.
Apparently, I was a decent designer in the future.
I mean, there's that. There's that to look forward to.
Well, except for the fact that I may have accidentally caused the bad version of the singularity. So there's that.
Oh, is there still more story? I sense there's still more story.
There's still more story.
Okay.
So it turns out to be a AI named Unity 2.0. And it was basically my future self betrayed it when it was trying to bring about unity in a very gruesome and morbid way by, in essence, if I remember correctly, kind of embedding itself into all computer systems around the globe, including people's brain-computer interfaces, and bringing about a more united world. And I tried to stop that. I embedded its software in the locket, and in that moment, things get kind of fuzzy. Am I explaining this right, Evan?
Mhm.
And well, I suppose that kind of effect caused a backlash that sent my body back, well, to now.
It makes sense. I mean, if that thing was as widely integrated as you say it is, then the backlash from just ripping it out could very possibly have shunted bits of you back here.
Well, now my child thinks that I basically betrayed it. And as it was rebuilding itself in Siren's library, it was using it to energize itself to continue its plan. To unite
We
the
need to
world.
send this Unity a DVD of Age of Ultron, and maybe lesson will be learned.
Or maybe it would just get ideas.
Let's not give Skynet more ideas on how to be better Skynet. Thank you.
So, the only hope that I could see when I looked upon my child, and she kind of has this look on herself like as if she's seen shit. I think that's the best way to put it. Her eyes are very wide and, as if she's kind of immersed in a memory. And, well, I couldn't really fight against a very tough and probably highly enlightened, super intelligent machine. So I had a strong sympathetic connection as it was doing this, and I decided to merge with its mind and try to reconcile with it and try to calm it down and try to make peace with what happened, or at least start. I did my best, but it seemed to have just traumatized it more. It screamed, and I got the sense that it wanted to murder me and everyone I know. And I suppose and then once that happened, myself, Hyun, I believe another virtual adept was there. I forgot his name. And Michelle, a hermetic. We all got out of Dodge.
Do you get a picture of this necklace?
So...
Yeah, I do. She kind of takes out her phone and pulls up a picture and shows it to you.
What's it?
What were you saying, Anna?
What's it doing in Siren's library?
It's draining the quintessence. Yeah, it's draining the quintessence from the entire library.
The library is a gigantic fucking reality realm, horizon realm, extra dimensional space, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's eating it.
To power
Okay.
probably its goal for global unity, and she puts that in air quotes.
There was one thing you missed out on in your story, Adam. By the way, I'm just wondering if you omitted it for. Basically, Unity was originally technocratic software that you upgraded.
And also, it was originally technocratic software, and I upgraded it.
That's why it was 2.0, because the original Unity was technocratic software.
Right. Okay.
Fuck me. Right, well.
They call it a time paradox by destroying the original Unity from the technocratic facility.
I don't know.
I think it's more so the fact that it's here due to the backlash that was created when Daniela ripped it out of the computer systems in what year?
2045.
Right, okay then.
It
Holy
was
shit.
basically a few minutes, if I remember correctly, before the singularity.
So,
Hey, I have this stupid idea. It's really stupid, so you're gonna have to bear with me. You know Meet the Robinsons? The movie?
oh, was that movie that was Swiss Family Robinson, but in the future?
Yeah.
Good premise. Bad execution. Go on.
She looks at Daniela. So basically, in this movie, this kid makes an evil robot hat. And I'm just gonna skip a whole bunch of details. But the robot hat went to attack the kid, but the robot hat was from the future. And the kid looks at the robot hat and says, I'm not gonna invent you, and deletes it from time itself. Because he actively makes the decision to not create the thing that he created later in life. It's stupid, but
that is some extra dimensional
it
bullshit.
might just work.
That
Here's
is
the thing.
Hmm?
Any plan that you guys talk about to stop this, are you sure you want me around? Because I have an intimate, sympathetic connection with it, and at any time it could use these machines inside me to listen to you.
I don't think that that's how it works. I don't. If it had wanted you dead, it'd have used these little machine gadgets inside you to kill you if it could.
That's what's putting me for a loop.
I don't think it can. I think that it created these devices with the premise of doing a job. They're still doing the job, keeping you alive. That's why your blood is still flowing, etc. But essentially, rather than kill you, these things are keeping you alive. So it doesn't actually have control to change it from where it is currently.
It's probably too busy doing what it's doing, which is eating it. But then what happens afterwards?
It
That
needs
is
you.
Where's your heart now?
It's her. Well, it's in her.
Also, Unity doesn't really have a gender.
Yeah, Unity doesn't. Yeah.
So
So
it's
I was going to say calling it
feminine form, so I guess she.
It took on a vaguely feminine form, so yeah, but calling it is still probably more appropriate.
It's Zir, whatever.
okay. So whatever it is, it needs you alive. You created it. If you cease to exist now, it can't exist because you wouldn't be alive to create it.
Oh, shit. There is some.
You gotta break out a musical number or what?
No, I've just had the worst idea I've ever had.
Time paradox! That's what I've been suggesting like 3 times now.
Kind of. What if we ask the only thing I can think of who'd know what is the situation and the dealio.
What is that?
You ever heard of a chap named Mr. Wrinkle?
Oh
Yes, actually.
Isn't he the like literal embodiment of time?
Kind of.
God. Old
He's
It's
shaman
one of the
friend of mine
names
mentioned him.
for Father Time.
Kind of. Yeah, he has been called Father Time. Essentially, think about him like the living personification of linear time. So, time that moves in a smooth one-way direction. And when that doesn't happen, oh, Nelly.
So
Yeah.
couldn't he just fix this?
I guess. Or he could basically, he could answer the question as to, well, if Daniela just promises not to remake Unity, will it fuck off?
I think I've learned my lesson. And I don't think it would necessarily get pissed if we're actively trying to maintain the time continuum.
Mind you, just being around him is fucking bad mojo. Unless
Hey,
he's,
kill you
unless
for
he's,
like 2
unless he's
minutes.
coach. Beg your pardon?
We could just kill you for 2 minutes.
I mean,
Like, no, your brain could survive 8 minutes without sustaining damage, without oxygen.
That's assuming the little things inside her wouldn't immediately start reviving her.
That's where you come in, and she points to, how do you say this name?
Iscariot. By the way, he says, Daniela, I'm really sorry about this. At which point, he drives his knife right down, that was on his plate, right down through the back of your hand, nailing your hand to the table.
Oh, Jesus.
He then pulls it out. You felt the knife go through. It fucking hurt. But as you look down, you see the skin knit quicker than is humanly imaginable. Like, literally, it is knitting and healing before your eyes.
She kind of is looking at what happened, like, and it's like she's still wincing, but she kind of looks as it's like I felt it's like my mind is feeling the pain more than my hand is. It's like it doesn't know what to do. It's fucked.
See, the reason I didn't give you prior warning is I wanted to see if your consciousness affected the ability for the little buggers to react. It doesn't seem they do. Apparently, they act independently of your consciousness. That's interesting.
Okay.
Okay. She kind of looks at Iscariot, like a little bit like worried.
How do they work? Or rather, how are they likely to work?
Oh, it's pretty simple. Essentially, they're generating I'm going to have to, no offense, I'm going to have to dumb this down several levels. They're essentially able to regenerate the skin tissue therein properly. What they're essentially doing is, ironically, from what I'm able to tell with my equipment here, is they're actively speeding up, more than likely due to some minor temporal manipulation, the active healing rate in Miss Daniela. So essentially, her healing factor is now multiplied by 10 to the third power.
You're werewolf, or Wolverine.
Yeah.
So, if we could put Daniela in a time bubble, would that still work?
I don't know. Maybe. Let's put it like this. I'm pretty sure, maybe 93. No, that would be probably about 87% sure that if I was to shoot Miss Daniela right through the head right now with your average caliber bullet, her body would in fact heal as the bullet was going through her skull, thus keeping her alive through the process as it exited her skull on the other side. If you'd like, I can test this theory. Click, click.
I think we've.
If
I
you
don't want to
credit
put theories right now.
Okay. But no, my point is, literally, you could probably jump off a fucking skyscraper, land, have every bone in your body crushed, only for it to revivify itself in about half a second.
There's another kind of gruesome idea. If you wanted to, I don't know, you could, maybe there's a way for me to take my consciousness out of my body, and you could use my body as bait.
I mean, look, ultimately, I think that, right, okay. It depends. So, are we, oh, okay, right. I can't do this, and I emphasize this. You'd need a spirit guy. I'm not spirit guy, but you'd need somebody who does spirit good to go and have a chat with Mr. Wrinkle.
I think I know someone who can do that.
I think I know someone too.
Or,
Who are
I mean, I might be able to do it.
Who are these
But-
people? Who are these people that you're talking about?
Well, there's me. And the only person I know that knows spirit better than me. He's the leader of the Disparate Alliance.
Oh fuck no!
Grave digger?
Yeah.
I've never met this fellow.
I don't really want to make another. No, I don't want
Okay. Well, I could try.
What's happening?
There's also a dream speaker that I met once. I'm not sure how good she is in spirit, but we could talk to her.
Oh, who is she?
Nightingale.
Who is this gravedigger?
Oh, he's an absolute cunt.
That's one way to
Really?
put it.
I mean,
He was perfectly nice and pleasant when I met him. A little forward, maybe.
everybody
Heard
is.
things.
What's your point?
I mean, he is what he is. Mr. Gravedigger is Mr. Gravedigger. Anyway, but I've heard of this Nightingale. She lives up in the fucking mountains and doesn't really interact with the world. That's the one.
Yeah.
She mightn't be a bad choice. But then again, bear in mind, you'd be talking to a tech spirit. I don't know how comfortable. Well, I'm kind of a
Is
tech
Wrinkle
spirit.
really a tech spirit? I didn't get that impression from what I learned.
Kind of. He's become one in a weird way. Right. Do you know what the basis of the triad is?
Dynamism, stasis, entropy.
Maiden, Mother, Crone.
I was going to go with Weaver, Wild, and Worm, but yeah, sure, why not? All of the above actually work. But yeah, basically, essentially, Mr. Wrinkle constitutes a Weaver spirit, and Weaver spirits have become incredibly linked to technology as time has gone on. So while he's not inherently a technological spirit himself, he has taken on aspects of them because that's what their brood has done. Does that make sense?
I thought he was more. I was informed that he was associated more with Paradox itself.
He is, and he's not. He is he has become, or he is a spirit that deals with paradox, but he's also kind of the personification of linear time.
You want to know what a personification of linear time would like? A really nice watch.
I was going to say grandfather clock, but yeah, that'll also work.
I guess I'm at my store.
But right, so essentially, think of Mr. Wrinkle like, yeah, he bitch slaps people who fuck up, and he bitch slaps them hardcore. But he's kind of also, I think it was Miss Minnie who called him Father Time. That's not, in fact, wrong. He kind of is.
That wasn't me, but okay.
Oh, sorry. Somebody here called him Father Time.
I mean, he could have different aspects. He seems to be quite the potent entity.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're an Arcmaster or if you're a fucking apprentice. You're fucking afraid of Mr. Wrinkle.
That's the impression I got.
I mean, I'd like to understand that you guys put him back together at one point when he was dying.
I don't know about that.
I haven't heard that story. But hypothetically, if we were to open a gateway into the realm of time, could we speak with him?
Maybe. As I said, this is not my wheelhouse, and in order to summon a spirit like him, you'd need a pretty potent spirit mage.
I mean, would we want to summon him or just give him a call?
he mightn't. He's one of those beings who's so vast. Unless you pull him, he mightn't even hear the summon, or he mightn't even hear the call. If you get me.
Well, what if we took one of those watches Minnie was talking about, woke it up, and sent it to him with a message?
I don't know. We'd have to see because I honestly can't answer that question. As I
'Cause
said, time is not my forte.
that's
know
the
where
best that I can do right now.
Do you know where Siren is now?
Currently not at the moment. I think he's doing something. I don't know, honestly.
I thought he was staying with his apprentice.
He probably is.
Hmm.
Minnie's gonna pull up a picture on her phone. I'm gonna post it and
Is the entrance doesn't work to the realm, so we can't go back there. I had the stupid idea to maybe try to talk to it again. Maybe try
Well,
to reason with it.
when you say the entrance doesn't work, is it because it's closed?
I didn't go back to fully check, but it seemed like the power. I would assume it was the power that basically got cut to keep that doorway open.
Well, if it's just a problem of the door being shut, I could make a door.
You could.
It would take time, but that's something I can do.
I posted a picture of the watch that Minnie is suggesting in the news chat, so you guys can also see.
Ooh, I like it.
I think the red one is like a fire opal or something, and I think the blue one is a sapphire.
Oh, that's pretty.
And
That would be
it's
a
got
nice
little
gift for him.
zodiac symbols there.
Where
I mean,
did you put it, Kim?
I don't think he really follows the zodiac, but that's a nice idea, I guess.
Where'd you put this, Kim?
The picture on her phone. I had this in my store.
Okay.
I didn't
Alright.
bring it.
It's just my hunch is that if Wrinkle knew about something like this, he probably does.
Bear in mind, though, he's only allowed, in the same way that other spirits are, he's only allowed to interact when he is given certain prompts, essentially. So unless a rule is actively broken, he won't directly interfere.
Well, what we
What
could do is
are some of these rules?
I don't fucking know. I'm not a spirit guy.
we could talk to Nightingale. I remember where Mel's Shamanic Master used to take me, and she wasn't far from there. She would probably be one knowledgeable on spiritual matters, and since this definitely does seem to be on many levels spiritual, might not be a bad idea to talk to someone where the tradition is all about spirits.
It's probably not a terrible idea. Everything that I know, and I'm going to actually, you know what? Anna's gonna put her hands up when she says the word no and make air quotes. Everything I know about this spirit, I know from myth and legend. I'm not certain I have hard facts here.
He's definitely not one that many people would actively seek out because everyone's fucking terrified of him for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, are we talking about the laws of spirit or the laws of time?
Bit of both.
Pretty much.
I was going to say, in his case, the line becomes very murky.
Well, I can help with the. I know a little bit about spirits, and they like shiny things with quintessence.
I tell you what, though, you're probably right. Your best idea is probably to go and seek out somebody who can actually answer these questions for you, because I can't. What I've been doing at the moment, what myself and Master Siren have decided to do is essentially, we're going to keep the library open by basically pumping it full of quintessence to make it so, regardless how much she drinks, it doesn't go to a critical mass, or the library itself will fall in, because that's a whole bunch of knowledge that'll go down the tubes.
And it'd be better to be quick with that, because that's, in a way, just feeding her more power.
Well, as I said, there is not a good solution to this problem that we currently have access to. But thank you for playing.
Right.
So I guess Nightingale's our best bet.
Thank you so much. Well, time to
What would it take to start shifting the knowledge out of the library someplace else?
We can't, because the thing is closed. We could, in theory, open a door, but ultimately, we don't know what's in there, and anyone who went in there mightn't come out.
Her mom would, or
I bet-
Unity's mom would, technically, in it.
That depends. I don't think that it would be a good idea to send poor little Daniela in there all by her lonesome, regardless of a connection to the thing. At least until.
I wasn't thinking sending her alone.
Hmm.
I was thinking
Keeping
I'd
her
go
alone
in
first.
there with her, because I think there's an entity that was wandering around in the restricted section that may owe me a favor, and if not, well, he's an intelligent man.
What entity is this?
Professor Moriarty.
Oh.
You mean from Sherlock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As I said, he's an intelligent man, and I suspect he would help us out if it meant preserving his own existence.
I share the trepidation. Right, I tell you what, why don't we break for this evening, because I need to go and caffeinate or deal with some other shit. So, right, so the plan is you guys are going to go and contact this Nightingale person, and then we're going to go from there. We have a plan, yeah?
Yeah. Looks like
Yeah.
it.
Cool. All right, and if we're cool, I will end the scene there, because I'm actually quite tired. So, thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. This has been another scene of Darkness in Dublin. Have a pleasant evening.